get 5 bonus points. If you lead any lap, you get 5 bonus points. Now, down the back straightaway, some problems as spinning is the Cartoon Network entry.
Chad Little, as you see him, he's got a lot of impact on the front and back of that car.
Bam to the inside, and there came, right off the wall, and there was Jeff Burton trying to get by. And you brought a good point up here yesterday, Buddy Baker, but for those who weren't with us on the telecast of the MBNA 200, it's worthy of a repeat about how it is that everybody ends up on the inside wall after you have a problem spinning off that number 2 corner, just like we see with Chad.
Well, you can see the straightaway here is banked as much as some of the turns in some of the racetracks that we go to. So when you spin, you go directly into the inside wall. And it really is a good thing in one respect, is you don't get into trouble in
turn number 2. We'll check those new rules for you in just a second as you see some of the rule changes. But there's Hutch Strickland, who was running in 22nd. He was on pit road for a lengthy time a short while ago, but then came back out and tags the wall. And Randy, you were keeping an eye down on pit road.
Well, he kept coming over the radio and talking to his guy saying, I've got a problem with the rear end locking up. I think I've only got one wheel trying to give me any power. So that might have been the problem. Whether or not it totally locked up on him, it's difficult to say. They're getting ready to come down pit road, a few of these guys. The 28 team's getting ready. At least they're going to take a look. There's a possibility they're going to pit.
Let's take another look at what happened there to Hutch Strickland over there in turn number 2, and we'll get back to those rule changes in a minute. Now, just as they were going beneath that crossover bridge, tough to tell exactly what sent them going.
They were doing a lot of work in the right front corner of that car when Hut was in the last time around, which of course isn't the rear end at all. Would have nothing to do with that, but they may still have.
Problem for Ricky Craven, who broke loose through the banking and right there smacked the wall. He's been able to drive on around, so the damage, although there is obviously some, was apparently not terminal on the Kodiak machine. But we are under caution for the 5th time this afternoon. Gary Bradbury right there, you saw him come through, and he kind of caught the wall just a bit. You know, you think about Ricky Craven, remember that terrible accident he had at Talladega? Before the Talladega race, Craven had 4 top 10s. He was 4th in points. Since that Talladega race, he has not finished in the top 10 at all, period. End of discussion. And he's 17th in points. We have caution here at Dover Downs. The race leader is out of the car. Ernie Irvin is just fine, but it looks as though the day is done for the Texaco Haviland Ford. He was leading, and this is what happened. Let's watch.
Underneath Derek Cope, just clipped him with that right front tire. Cope a lap car, trying to put him a lap down. Boom.
Looked as though as they got sideways, that rear just broke loose. Watch it again.
Eli, you see how low he is on the track. The car gets loose actually before he gets in the corner. It took the air off the spoiler, as we say, and out to the outside wall. Hard lick there on the driver's side.
Might have even gotten those left side tires on the apron and jerked the car around. There goes Mark Martin right there, going by, just didn't make it. Let's watch again on board Mark Martin's car.
We can hear him get right out of the throttle.
Look at this.
They got to pick where to go.
Whoa.
You can see a car on the outside there. When you're out there, if the radio was to go out in the race car, I mean, you'd be pretty much at the, whoa, what's the home in turn 1? The crowd stands up. Have a car.
Up into the wall. One car, Robert Presley, finds the wall. There he is. The Skoll machine brings out caution at lap number 337. So Robert Presley brings out caution as he tags the wall in turn number 1. And
well, there's Robert Presley in the 33 there. He starts down in the turn 1. You can see the tire right there. Yeah.
You can just see the whole hood bow right up.
He had no control of the car from there on, but it's a good thing he was right out against the wall. It's a good thing that happened right where it did, because he didn't hit it hard.
And Glenn, we could see it easily from this side. That whole hood came up and that tire shredded.
Yeah, Eli, I just happened to hear the outer liner blow as he came by me, and then as he started in the corner, the inner liner blew. That's when you saw the the hood, the fender, and everything bow up like that. But he evidently ran over something on the racetrack. It was way too early in the tire run for wear to have been a factor. So obviously he ran over something on the racetrack. But I heard it coming, man. I thought, oh no, who's this? Fortunate, like you say, he was up against the wall, Dick, and he didn't hit it with a lot of impact.
As he finds the turn 1 wall, very similar to Robert Presley in result. Let's see how it happened.
You see Bill on the very far outside there. He and Trickle look like they get a little contact there.
Whoa.
Oh, and there Sterling helps him along too afterwards. Not Sterling's fault. You had Morgan Shepherd right there ahead.
So this is an accident in progress still.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to the first turn yet.
And never could turn it at this point.
Nope. Kaboom! Right into the sponsor's billboard. That was a brand new race car. Today was the first time ever on any kind of racetrack. They didn't even take it to a local track and try it, make sure everything worked. Brand spanking new.
You've got Dallenbach, Brett Bodine involved. Others spinning are Jimmy Spencer on the main straightaway. Caution, lap 456. And now...
Look at Terry Labonte. He's going to try to make up a lap on his teammate now. It's up to the lead car there to beat him back to the start-finishing line.
Let's look at it again because it happened behind the leaders.
Les Spencer on the outside. Yeah. He gets
he did.
touched right there by Wally Dallenbach. That triggers the whole deal. Look at Jeff Bodine get by on the outside there. He gets hit in the back.
It was starting in front of him. Brett Bodine was ahead of him, and it had already started right in front of him when Spencer in the 15 got into it. I mean, everybody was all together still after that restart period.
Let's see what happens if maybe Andretti's camera can help us. Yeah, tough to tell what might have triggered it.
Go pop it. Hey, get on back through there now. Get here.
We'll take another look here. At this point, that accident is already pretty much underway.
Look at Ted Musgrave. Wow, nowhere to go.
This front straightaway not quite as self-cleaning as the back straightaway is here.
Well, it was where it happened at. A lot of the cars really went to the bottom and stayed there, but...
Let's watch it again now.
Spencer and the yellow and purple car on the outside there. You see them make contact right there.
But see, it happened right in front of them. Just before they made contact, the 11 car of Bodine, you could see some tire smoke. He'd rubbed up against another car, so maybe...
Doctor, that was
two wrecks. Two wrecks, yeah.
Two separate wrecks.
I agree. Compared to the Hayes Modems car.
Whoop, trouble.
Trouble up in the corner. Oh, a big fire underneath the Derek Cope entry as he comes to a stop, as you see.
Caution is out.
Clear, he looked okay. We'll take a look now from John Andretti's car. Maybe he can shed some light on what happened to Derek Cope.
In front of you. Good job. Way to go.
Times today. One more look. There he is. Tags the wall now. And the flames become far more evident at this point. Field now getting the 1 to go signal, so we are 1 lap away from going green at lap 475. Randy Pemberton is in the garage area with Derek Cope, and Derek looks to be a tad perturbed.
Well, he certainly is. I don't know what happened, but TNN broadcaster and crew chief Larry McReynolds came back here and got into it with Derek Cope. Walked up, pushed him, and Cope was in his face, Larry was in his face, and they were fixing to go at it. And a couple of NASCAR officials stepped in. Cope said, "I'm going to tear you up," and Larry walked away.
Now, remember back on lap 200 when Ernie Irvin went into the wall? He was right alongside Derek Cope. Remember that? They were together, and we heard varying reports as to what happened. Ernie said one thing, Derek through his two-way radio said another. I bet you that's what it was, dating back to lap 200.
Before he caught up to these guys, before they came back to him, right now the car is just too tight. He's pushing it as hard as he can, but I thought he might have something for him, but like I said, got a tight set of tires this time.
Joe Nemechek, you saw the problems, debris on the track, caution, caution. Joe Nemechek has problems there and has left a good bit of debris behind him in turn 4. There you see it. There's no way you could have overlooked that. There were 14 cautions in 1993, 14 here today. Here's again what happened to Nemechek.
See the tire go flat straight up the hill. You can see parts of the rubber on the tire flying all over the place. He hits the wall and starts down the front straightaway. He was very lucky he could hold it where he was at.
The track